Listen, there's an epidemic nobody is talking about. Millions of men, different countries, different languages, different lives, but the same cycle. Every night the same pattern, every morning the same guilt, and every single one of them asking the same silent question. Why can't I stop? Not out loud, never out loud, just quietly, alone, in a dark room at 2 a.m., wondering what's wrong with them. Here's the truth. Nothing is wrong with them. Nothing is wrong with you. But something is very wrong with the world you're living in. And today I'm going to show you exactly why so many men are trapped in lust, and more importantly, how to kill it forever. First, you need to understand why this is happening. Your brain was never designed for this. 100 years ago, dopamine came from hunting, from building, from earning something with your hands. It was rare, it was hard, and that's what made life feel meaningful. But today, you wake up, you grab your phone, and within seconds your brain gets flooded with more dopamine than your ancestors got in an entire week. Notifications, reels, thumbnails, algorithms designed by billion-dollar companies to keep your eyes glued and your brain hooked. And lust. Lust is the king of cheap dopamine. It gives you everything instantly, pleasure without earning it, escape without facing anything, relief without solving a single problem. And every time you give in, your brain rewires itself. It builds a superhighway between discomfort and lust. Bored, lust. Lonely, lust. Stressed, lust. Rejected, lust. Until it's no longer a choice. It's a reflex. You're not weak. You're wired. And that wiring was built one click at a time over months and years without you even realizing it. That's why willpower fails. You're trying to fight software with feelings. You don't need more motivation. You need a new operating system. So here's how you rewire. Step 1. Starve the machine. Your addiction runs on triggers, late nights alone, a phone next to your bed, boredom with no plan. These aren't just habits. They're fuel lines connected directly to your addiction. Cut every single one. Delete the apps. Kill the late night scrolling. Stop being alone in dark rooms with a screen. Because a recovering addict doesn't test his willpower. He removes the option to fail. Step 2. Flood your brain with hard dopamine. The problem isn't that your brain wants dopamine. The problem is it only knows the cheap kind. So teach it a new source. Cold showers. Running until you can't breathe. Lifting until your muscles shake. Studying until your brain burns. Building something that didn't exist yesterday. These don't feel good at first. They feel painful. And that's exactly the point. Because hard dopamine rewires your reward system. Slowly your brain stops craving the easy hit. It starts craving the earned one. And that shift, that single shift, changes everything. Step 3. Kill your old identity. This is where most men fail. They change their habits, but keep their self-image. They still see themselves as someone who struggles, someone who relapses, someone who fights urges every single day. Because they believe it, they become it. So stop identifying as an addict. Stop replaying your worst moments. Stop telling yourself you're trying. Dead men don't try, they're gone. Let the old you die. And every morning when you wake up, speak to yourself like the man you're becoming, not the man you were. I don't do that anymore. That's not who I am. And mean it. Because the moment your identity shifts, your actions have no choice but to follow. You don't resist lust. You simply don't recognize it. A lion doesn't resist eating grass. It was never an option. This isn't just an addiction problem. It's an identity crisis. Millions of men are lost, not because they're broken, but because nobody ever showed them the way out. Until now, you don't need another video. You don't need another promise to yourself. You need one decision, one moment where you draw the line and say everything before this was the old me, and I'm done. Comment the words "I'm done" below. Not for me, for the man you're about to become. And subscribe to this channel, because this is where broken men walk in and warriors walk out.